Oh, hi everybody. Hi, any Patreons watching this on the replay. Thank you for your continued support. You great. You guys freaking rock. I nearly said you guys. Damn this diet to hell.
Well, you said veggies.
Smell my socks.
No.
I've got thermal socks on and I'm overheating, I've just realised. Who's in the house? Goat. Girlfriend is calling me to watch on the couch. Have fun chat. Have a fun chat. Nice. Okay, boys, just come in. Right, let's get this show on the road.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
What are you
How
up
are
to?
you today?
Have you got any tracksuit bottoms on?
Didn't you say what we've been doing today?
What have we been doing? I've been editing my vlog, which is up now. Do watch that. It's awesome. And what, we don't want to tell everyone what we were up to today, do we?
Not everything we're up to. You don't have to say everything. But,
What have you been up to? I'll just have a drink of my drink.
I wish I hadn't have said, let's say what we've been up to now, because I've been up to bugger all. I just realised. I made some snacks today, but...
I ate them.
Yeah, you...
I was the villain of the piece. No, the hero.
Every day hasn't got to be a hugely productive day, has it? You know? Well, not for me, anyway.
No, I'm lucky and my health is in a really good spot at the minute and I can be productive and then, you know, in the past when I've not felt great and I've recognised that I need some downtime, I've had it.
Yes.
You know, it's no good worrying about it. If you get all stressed, you'll just be worse for longer.
Very good. Very good words.
Yeah, very good words. Right, who have we got? Big mice.
Yeah, we've got them for sure.
Oh, Selma's here with her wrench. Hi Selma, how are you guys? Is Paul there in the background? Hello, just in case. Yasmin's in the house. Soy the boy. Hello. Lovely day for some soy noise. Oh, guess what? I can tell apple jars. You know, I've just seen a super chat straight off the bat. Hi. It's so lovely. Apple jar kindly donated 10 Australian dollars. Hello, lovely peeps. Yes, it can't just be work until we die. Any tips for shoulder impingement, Mr. Hench? No. So, you know, the usual things: anti-inflammatory diet, whole foods, plant-based. You know, consider some anti-inflammatory supplements, but you know, ideally work with a physio, preferentially a physio with a background in personal training. But for me, like I was getting an issue, and it depends exactly what your issue is. And I'm no whatever word I just said, and it's escaped me. I'm no physiotherapist, but for me, and I did see a physiotherapist. I was getting pain on mostly shoulder pressing. That when I was working up to my heaviest weights, like about 45 keys, when I get up to that sort of weight, I was tending to get shoulder impingement. And for me, he diagnosed what my problem was, and it was basically just making some space in the capsule. So I've probably shown you before, it's that pendulum exercise where you get a dumbbell, you kind of let your shoulder droop, and you're making small little circles and larger circles for about 30 seconds, say, and then you reverse it, and it just opens up space in the capsule. And for me, it was like a sort of quick fix, and so that was like prehab before I do any pressing. Yeah, and it was a godsend. It was like a magic pain eraser. But you know, like I say, I'm not a professional at that, and there can be different reasons behind it, and you know, you really need to work up one-on-one with someone who really knows what they're on about, I think. Thank you for your kind support. As always, my friend. That guy is so nice and generous. Yeah. Right, who else is in the house? What are you doing? Johnny Bravo, flex the pecs. Mary Exo, I seem to remember that name from recently. Muddy Paws, slightly crazy vegan. Check her out on the tubes. Does cooking with her jubblies out and all sorts. And she's a lot of fun. Lovely lass. Lorraine Edie's in the house. Robert Pacino. Nikki, Northern British Gaming. Deepika. Anast AV, Hench Herbivore, greetings from Greece. Oh, have we had someone saying they're from Greece before? Turkey we have, haven't we?
I'm sure we've
Probably one or two from Greece by now.
Not many.
Isn't it exciting that you can connect with people all over the world? I love it. How's the vegan scene in Greece? I just do not know that. How is the vegan scene there? Mr. Efons. Hi, has Serge ever responded to you with his nonsense? No. I did one video criticising his day of eating, and he was short of 9 essential nutrients, not his 15 nutrients that are mostly, non-essential nutrients that we make from plant precursors, like the animals he erroneously eats. And then I did a video, 51 reasons why the carnivore dieters are dumb AF. And the canines though, I did like 51 rebuttals. Basically, okay, like teeth wise, we don't have fangs, we don't have carnassials, which is what predators have to like tear flesh. And our teeth don't move past each other, they join. Our jaw moves sideways. Like if your jaw's got side to side motion and you chomp down onto a moving like wildebeest, gonna rip your jaw off. And then things like our temporalis muscle is virtually non-existent. Our masseter are huge by comparison.
Penis bone.
Penis bones. Yeah.
I remember that fact.
Yeah. Did you know that every single carnivorous animal, save for hyenas, have a bone in their penis? Not just when they look at someone what is well fit. Abel Jar kindly donated another 10 Australian dollars. Bless him. Thanks, brother. It's cold and I'm thinking of buying an exercise bike because my ankle injury. Yeah, complete tear. Etc. Good idea for cardio and some minor weight loss. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, you can get a good level of weight loss just by, being in a bit of a caloric deficit. Bit of exercise. Cycling's really good. Really, really good. I prefer something where your whole body is doing stuff, like so you're moving your whole body through space, like jogging or whatever. With cycling, I think to get a really good workout, I would prefer to be doing some sort of hills and stuff. So you've got a bit more, it's a bit of a tougher workout. But it depends where you are. Maybe you don't need to be training that hard just yet. And for people who are doing, particularly if they're doing very little at the minute, sitting and pedaling, that's probably, that's plenty. I like to stand up and really kind of lean in and sort of bomb up hills and things. So that gets a bit more. It's almost like HIIT training. If you live somewhere that's quite undulating, that can almost be like HIIT training. But not everyone needs to do HIIT. Some people just need to do cardio for now. Build up an aerobic base. If you jump straight into anaerobic training, that is a recipe for disaster. It really hurts. There's activists in the house. Oliver Brown. What food can I smell?
I'm making tempeh bacon in the air fryer.
Slightly Crazy Vegan kindly donated 2 Australian dollars. John Venus, no longer vegan. How do you feel? I can't say I'm surprised. I did. We did predict it. There was coming sooner or later. It's a shame, isn't it? And I've not really gathered all my thoughts yet because I only just watched the video. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to gather my thoughts and make a video tomorrow on it because I think a lot of people will want to see that. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now. But I will be bringing out a video. Yeah, I'll really sleep on it and gather all my thoughts. Thanks for the super chat, you little lovely. I may have already said, but do subscribe to Slightly Crazy Vegan. She's slightly awesome, if you ask me. Toby Gosling's in the house, our friend from Brighton. Zactivist, have you liked the stream? No. It's a good job you're here. I'm really hot. Is there heating on?
Yeah.
Ah.
For me to turn it off?
Yeah, or I'll just take my top off if you're cold.
Oh, you should just take your top off. I'm warm enough. Take your top off and I'll turn the heating off.
Ooh,
how about that?
A double threat guy. I am hot, to be fair. Okay. Slightly crazy vegan. I hope Leo Venus won't join him. Yeah, I'll be surprised if he does. I'll be really surprised. I think John never struck me as like that he really got the vegan thing, you know. And I'm not trying to be nasty. I actually really, other than, you know, this thing he's done, you know, I've hung out with John and he's been really kind to me. And yeah, I really quite like him. So it's going to be quite hard to make a video, you know, because obviously I'm not too impressed with what he's done. But Leo strikes me as he's kind of got it a lot more. I didn't get the feeling from Leo like he might ever sort of quit. I think Leo is a lot more savvy with the data and he's actually really looked into it properly, whereas it sounds like John really hasn't. Hi, Leon. Yeah, sorry to break it to you there, Leon. Nayab, yeah, you'll be shocked. Yeah, I will be too. Who was I? Anast, the movement is growing strong in Greece. The yearly vegan festival we have grows bigger and bigger each year. Nice. Last year, 10 to 12k. Nice. And is that in the capital? That the main one, the main fair? Vegan Metalhead, hello, dropping by for a little bit. I have to go make some money by recycling metal. Very good.
Thrifty.
Straight Edge Vegan Bell, why did he quit veganism? It's a little bit sort of obscure. His videos seem like a lot of rambling and not much real substance. The only thing really that he said was, since having Noah, it's made him like just consider things more, and he's worried that he just got bogged down in all the sort of dogma. My poor old brain on low calories. Let me have some more protein shake, and maybe it'll come to me. He's worried. We have been eating animals historically, and he says like the science is not there. We don't know conclusively that a wholly vegan diet is optimal. So he's worried for Noah, like what if I guess there's something missing. He didn't really say that. He said like B12 we need to supplement. So that was the only really thing he said, like, oh, you need to supplement B12. So I guess he was kind of saying how can that be an optimal diet? But, you know, again, 38% of Americans are B12 deficient. Most of those eat animals. And he was saying science hasn't proved that B12 is found in the soil or in water. Well, you know, I've not seen the data on it, but the scientific consensus is that it has been. And why, you know, 38% of Americans are known to be B12 deficient. The ones who are not get the vast majority of their B12, if they're not supplementing, from farmed animals that are given a supplement. So you're still getting a supplement, like, is that a word for this situation, but vicariously?
Yeah.
They're getting it secondhand, but with saturates, trans fats, cholesterol, you know, all the toxins that you create when you're cooking, all the, you know, there's just a laundry list, as long as your arm, of negatives that come with eating animals. If you've really looked at the data, do you know what I mean? Well, my question always to these people is, what is the essential nutrient, or what are the essential nutrients that you can only source from dead bodies? No one's got an answer to it. Well, Swearidge will come up with a load of answers, but they're all like nonsense, like non-essential nutrients or stuff that you can supplement, or nutrients that aren't even like essential fatty acids masquerading as a vitamin, and like it's just stupid. So yeah, just he's basically said he's worried for his boy. He doesn't know that it's the best diet, and so if he's not gonna feed his boy completely vegan, like he can't be completely vegan. I don't really know how that follows, you know. Surely you know if you're feeling well, and surely if you're unwell, you'd get some bloods drawn to see what are you deficient in. And anything that's wrong in the blood, you can put it right by eating whole plant foods or taking out animal products, you know. So, I don't know. Apple Jar, he's so lovely. He kindly donated 10 Australian dollars again. My diet is very similar to yours, whole foods, plant-based. Recently I had a day where I ate quite a lot of processed stuff like vegan cheese and bacon pasta. Had a lot of fart action that day. Any idea why? Yeah, because you changed your diet. You know, you basically develop a gut microbiome that can handle the foods that you're eating. So if you suddenly change the foods, you're going to have like the wrong bacteria in there to process those foods, and you'll get all kinds of dysbiosis. What's Apple Jar talking about?
I don't know. Stick the third one first.
I think that's it, really.
Ah.
Yeah, just gut microbiome.
Something comes to mind about like when you're more like a clean vessel. It's like if you've got a water and you put some dirt in it or whatever. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah,
and then you can really tell and see it. But if you're not a clean vessel, so you've got a jar full of muck or whatever.
Mud.
Yeah, you put a bit in. Well, you don't notice. You can't tell the difference, you know. But yeah, when you clean things up, you really feel it more, which kind of feels a bit unfair, like in a way, doesn't it? But
yeah.
Yeah. What was he saying on that one?
Yeah, I don't know. Apple Jar kindly donated 2 Australian dollars with a rather obscure message. Things we do for a good-looking girl, hey.
Oh, in reference to his last super chat, as in like he ate those things to do because of a good-looking girl.
Ah.
Is that what you mean? I'm gonna say. Good-looking girl, like maybe took you out at dinner with you. And
if a good-looking girl takes me to somewhere selling donuts, she can hit the top go. She can hit the go. And also, I wouldn't be going there.
You better not.
Unless it was this one, but this one wouldn't take me to somewhere with donuts.
I'd take you to McDonald's. Never. You didn't wait till I was finished.
Chris Grant, Leon I think is more compassionate, John is more of a narcissist maybe. I certainly do think that Leo is quite a compassionate soul. Yeah, just sort of sense that from him. Jade, do you believe in vegan deterioration? I believe that if you eat an insufficient diet, your health can fall apart. What I will say is, at least it's possible to eat a healthy vegan diet. I don't believe it's healthy to eat a diet with very much in the way of animal products in it. That's what I will say. Wesley Martins, have you tried acai? Why, yes I have. In fact, I've got it in here. I've got the Vivo Life Perform acai and blueberry smoothie. So it's got freeze-dried acai. Most of the acai I've eaten has been frozen, and it's in kind of like smoothie packs and such like. Right.
You've done a mouth fart.
Zactivist just finished his 40k bike ride.
Oh, nice.
Let's have some rounds of applauses.
For charity.
That's all for charity, mate. He is a great lad.
Yeah.
If I don't mind saying so. Pablo, John's wife is a vegan nutritionist. Wonder how the family is going. Yeah, because he's saying basically he doesn't want his lad to be vegan. So if she's not on board with that, that's got to cause some issues, hasn't it? And, you know, we know now that an unborn baby in the mother's womb can have the starts of atherosclerosis, like fatty streaks in the aorta, predicated on the amount of her serum LDL. You know, the higher that is, the more likely that's going to be a thing. And that's from eating animal products. And, you know, those 3 tropical fats, coconut oil, palm oil, and cocoa butter. So, I don't get it. Apple Jar kindly donated 10 Australian dollars. She wanted a carbonara. I said I'm going to be going to be vegan, so get the vegan parmesan bacon to replicate. Not sure if I'll see her again after fighting the quilt off of it a few times. But he took a good hit. But at least you got it wet, hey. Am I allowed to say that?
You just did.
Oh, god damn.
I was going to make a joke about him blowing the covers off.
Bum chicka wow wow. See our second from last TikTok.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a fart joke on Gemma, but it backfired. If you get me. She was filming me and she got it in first. She's always the first with fart jokes, I mean. Chris Barnes kindly donated £1 Great British pound. He had a message, but then he retracted it. I don't know if he had a question or not, but he's supporting what we're doing now out of the kindness of his heart, just trying to help his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers because he loves those little animals. He loves them. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a question. I'm having to go back a fair way. It's mostly comments. Kate Mead, love you guys. We love you too. Thank you very much. Love your content. I've been vegan 12 months, but my energy levels are still meh. Is there any food supplement advice you can give me? Just an average mum, not super fit like you guys. Well, thank you for the compliment. So, number 1, get on the Chronometer app. My beautiful assistant will now type that into the chat so you can see.
Still trying to type a comment from earlier. My computer's
I'll
frozen
type
up.
it.
Yeah, so my computer's being a
Chronometer. Some people will think there's a CH, but it's just a C. Plug your foods into Chronometer. Make sure that you're getting all your micronutrients, so vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, omega-3 and 6. These aren't just optional. Like most of these RDAs are kind of like a minimum to not be ill. A couple of them you shouldn't be so concerned about. Probably omega-6, choline, because they're kind of arbitrarily set. But a lot of them we do know, like the RDAs, and if you're not meeting them, you can't expect to be well. You just can't. Biggies that people usually fall down on, stuff like iodine, which makes thyroid hormones. So if you're not eating enough seaweed and things, you know, your thyroid function is going to be very low, and that's going to affect every system of your body, not just energy. D3, if you're not getting tons of sun, we need to be supplementing that. B12, that is the one of the vitamins involved in metabolizing macronutrients into ATP to fuel the body. So that's an important one. So eat the range of vegan whole plant foods, legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. Supplement B12, supplement D3 when you're not getting sun. Consider a DHA supplement. At the very least, you want to be getting, for a female, 2.2 grams of ALA per day, the short chain omega-3. And then the omega-6, you don't want that more than 4-to-1 in favour of omega-6, or that will lead to ill health as well. That's the long and short. I've got a video, how to eat. Gemma's now going to put it in the chat, so I don't have to trouble my low-calorie brain at the end of my diet.
It will be posted in the chat in a few minutes when my computer loads it up.
Slow. We are really struggling with technology. Luckily, a lovely guy last year donated us money to help out. So I managed to get like a MacBook. So that's helped no end. But we're still struggling with a Windows computer, and it's a pile of junk.
Saving up for another MacBook, aren't we? So we've got two.
Yeah,
and
we need
speed up the.
We need to have 2 MacBooks. We need a phone upgrade as well. I've got a. What have I got? Is that an iPhone? What are we on? What are they on iPhones now? 11? Is that the newest one?
No, I don't know.
I think that might be an iPhone 8. Would that be right?
Yeah.
I've got an iPhone 8. Gemma's got like a 5, which and my power lead now doesn't work. And you know, we rely on these for our life now. I've completely given up doing the plans and PTing some time back. We should have the latest technology.
Yeah. We can't really go to like the Apple store or something this time, but maybe we could do an upgrade online through your O2 or something.
Yeah. We need to get on it.
Let's get on it.
Right, where were we?
Here comes the said video, how to eat plant-based successfully.
Chris Barnes kindly donated £2 Great British pounds. Hi Hench, tips for eating enough food on the bulk. Go for calorically dense foods, so legumes, whole grains, tropical and dried fruits. Maybe go a little higher in terms of dietary fat, so nuts, seeds, avocado. Smoothies are a good strategy. You may put in a little more processed protein foods. Ideally, we just eat whole foods, but if you can't eat completely whole foods to get enough calories, a quality protein powder, textured vegetable protein, tofu, seitan, you know, a couple of servings of that. I think in the context of an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet, you know, that's not the end of the world. It's not optimal, but neither is having a huge muscular physique optimal for your health. So that's on you. And I'm certainly, you know, I'm trying to find balance with the two. Of course, we still need some leafy greens. We still need to eat a range of different colours, but don't go overboard. What I would say is to make sure you're getting your minimum. So again, get on chronometer, make sure you're hitting your calcium and your zinc and your iron and your vitamin K, you know, things like this. But don't try to eat like barrow loads of like kale, because you just won't get enough calories into you. Good question. Super chat. Fat Vegan kindly donated $2. You better like this or I will be sad. Lovely man. And actually his activist reminded me to like my own stream tonight, so that's good. But we appreciate you with another reminder. Just for anyone who's not liked it yet. Yes, you there, you picking your nose, you haven't pressed the like button. I wonder if anyone got a bit of a shock then because they were doing it. Charlie Morrison, 4-1 on the omegas. You mean like 4 omega 3 to 1 omega 6? No. In fact, you need more omega 6 than omega 3. So the enzyme elongase, which elongates the plant versions of omega 3 and 6 up into the animal versions, that has a 4 times greater affinity with omega 3. So, you know, you want at least for a male 3.2 grams of ALA per day, or if you're putting in some direct DHA, like you won't need it as much as that. And you can go up to 4-1 in favour of omega 6. If you had, say 3.2 grams of omega 3, and you were trying to go 4-1 in favour of 3, well, your 6 would be far too low. And I know it is pro-inflammatory, but the plant version, I don't believe, acts the same as the animal version. I don't know this for fact, but from what I'm ascertaining, from what I've read, it's not half as bad. And we do need to be able to make inflammation, you know, say we have an infection or, you know, something, you know, we need to be able to make an inflammatory response, you know, if we're sick and things. So you do want, it's an essential fatty acid. Omega 3, omega 6, these are essential. We must eat them. We must get them from our diet. Omega 9, monounsaturated fats, non-essential. Saturates, non-essential. It's only 3 and 6 which are essential, but so we must eat both. Super
Some
chat.
super chats, not that one. Go back further.
Oh wow, we have a load of super
I
chats.
think, yeah.
Zactivist, our young friend, kindly donated £1.49 and a banana. He's a lovely lad. He's given us food now. Now I liked him before. Now I really like him. Thank you, Zach. Pimo Dorino kindly donated £5 Great British pounds. Chip in for Gemma's new laptop. Oh, thank you. Bless you.
Very kind.
No question, just supporting what we're doing because he loves those little animals. Amelia kindly donated £4.99. Hi guys, hope you're well. No question, just supporting what we're doing because she's great and she loves animals. Oh, you beauty. Apple Jar, bless you, he's back again. Kindly donated 10 Australian dollars. It was just an itch, I swear. I'd love to see more evidence out there on what I believe humans' brain development starts is not meat. Meat eaters bring up meat development of brains. I've not read it yet, but I understand that the book Catching Fire by Richard Wrangham, that's spelt with a W, I understand that he is well good on all that. He's a Harvard professor, and he says it would have been starches. The most complex thing we learned to do in those days was to make tools such like we could hunt with. So if the cleverest thing we've done was predicated on having a developed brain, how did we develop the brain before we had the ability to get much in the way of meat other than what we'd come across and possibly which would make us sick and throw it up anyway if it's been sitting around? So it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It kind of makes sense. And you know, brains run off of glycogen. Glycogen.
Bitches.
Brains run off of glycogen, which is why mine is misfiring at the minute because I'm low on calories. I'm getting towards the end of my diet and I front load my calories. So earlier in the day, my brain's generally a little bit better. But by now, it's my brain functions out the window. I don't know why you guys hang out with me.
It's a lot of concentration.
Is it how sexy I am?
Required, you know, to be on a stream and answering question after question. You're doing really well.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
I'm sorry I mock you sometimes.
Annie Martin kindly donated £4.99. Oh, a little contribution to Gemma's new laptop. Keep sending the cruelty-free love and message, guys. Thank you, darling. Bless your heart. Lovely. People are so nice. Chris Grant, I actually heard the other day mobility is also good for joints because you can get scar tissue and calluses in the joints need to be removed and smoothed over. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I've made more of a conscious effort to keep up my mobility now. So my current routine, I get up in the morning, I have my CBD, have my breakfast. At breakfast, I'll just go through my emails. And now that I'm not doing the plans, I have far fewer emails, so I can get that done pretty quick. By the time I've had breakfast, I've generally done that. And then I go for a bike ride. I do some cardio. But the point also is not just burning calories, but I'm kind of lubricating my joints up and warming up. And then I get into some yoga. I just do some sun salutations, like a few rounds of that. And then I get my training done out of the way. So I know I've done all the physical stuff. So then I can sit down and rip into my edit like I did today with our new vlog. I really enjoy doing vlogs. They don't do so well for us in the algorithm, but they're my favourite. They feel a lot more expressive and they feel a lot more positive and, you know, I'm trying to be inspiring and educational and, yeah, I get a lot of, they probably take the longest. Like a response video, I can do it within a day, but it doesn't give me the best feeling to, you know, because I am kind of being unkind or kind of, you know, there's some conflict there. There's conflict. I prefer to lead by example and, yeah. And they're a bit formulaic, aren't they? They're a bit formulaic. But with the vlogs, you've got more capacity for creation and just doing all crazy things. Like when the couple of bits of onion flew out of the pan, I did the zoop, like sound effects and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Can you say some words now? I want to have a drink.
Oh, I don't know what words to say, really.
Read this.
Okay. Toby Gosling kindly donated $4.99. Do you partake in sprouting seeds? Linseed. Oh, sorry, Lindsay. Listen to a Rich Roll podcast, and they were talking about the benefits of eating sprouts. I just ordered some
Broccoli sprouts?
broccoli sprouts after reading the Fibre Fueled book. He says that they're well good. Like a small amount is better in some way than a big load of broccoli.
Sulforaphane.
More sulforaphane, that's what I was trying to say. So, yeah, they're really easy. Like, you just soak them for a short time, rinse them, and then you rinse them just like twice a day. And within a few days, like, they're good and you can eat them. And they're so nutritious, aren't they, sprouts?
Yeah.
We used to have a sprouting jar and grow them on the regular. And I
Did we? Why can't I remember that?
It was a jar.
Oh, we did have one, didn't we?
And it rested on its side. And it had a little...
Did we get it from the greengrocers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah, we used to sprout.
I can't even remember eating them though.
Well, maybe we didn't do it for very long. I can't really remember. But we definitely did do it for a time.
Yeah.
We used to put them on like salads and things like that.
Sprouts are brilliant. Just the nutrition is increased exponentially, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you've got all the, not all of them, but you've got a lot of nutrients in there that are required to grow it like a big plant like that, and they're all super concentrated.
Yeah.
And when they germinate, it just, you know, they increase manyfold.
Would you say if someone...
She just touched me with her feet.
Would you say someone who struggles to get a large volume of low-calorie produce like salad and greens and stuff in, would you say sprouts would be a good way to go nutritionally?
Yeah, more digestible, more protein, particularly for someone eating a raw diet. It would be a great way to go.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, I've got some coming. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Annie Martin, yes, I love yoga. I can't stop stretching around the house. P.S. Have you both heard Neelix's music called Time to Wake Up? It's trance and it goes a very good message. Wow, no.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna give that a little search, and so I can have a listen later on. Yeah, it's nice. When I was doing martial arts, I used to do so much. I would do an hour stretching a day. Yeah, it's nice to feel functional and yeah. Right, I'll give that a look later. Thanks for that. Can't stop lying. I grow microgreens. Have a bunch in my salad right now. Russian red kale. Wow, I love
Very
Russian
good.
red kale. I guess you're talking about microgreens, but the adult plant, I find that a lot more tender and a lot less bitter than curly kale. I really like it. But yeah, those sprouts are where it's at. Very nice. Oh, sorry, I missed a question earlier because I thought they were just talking to Chris Grant. Read and Rap. Why do most programs recommend full body workouts 3 times a week, but then recommend only 4 workouts a week for others? Would it make sense to do 6 days a week? There's all different ways to train, but you basically have to have everything in balance. So number of exercises, number of sets, frequency, intensity. You have to have, but everything works. But it has to be balanced. My favourite style for the longest time has always been to train like once a week, like a bro split, but really nasty. So my muscles are sore for about the whole week. A lot of people will say that's wrong. I've trained always, and for me, this seems to be the best approach. During lockdown, I was limited by the number of exercises, so I thought I'll go higher frequency. So I've been training 6 days. I've been doing whole body push, whole body pull, alternating, and just like 15 sets per day. So I think like 30 sets every other day is quite a lot of work. So then if I'm doing 6 days, if I half that, like that works out to like the same volume, if you see what I mean. I wouldn't want to train hard like 30 sets 6 days in a row, like you just be killing yourself. Unless you half-arse it, You can do like cumulative fatigue, you can say do 3 sets of 10, or you can do a heavy set of 10, 8 and 6 and go really to failure each time. The last set you could then do forced reps, negative drop sets, you know, and you can be sore for a whole week. The science suggests that possibly higher frequency is better. For me, I never found that, but perhaps I just like to work too hard, and then so I'm going to be under recovering. So basically everything works and nothing works. You have to have balance, basically. And if you've got balance, you know, once a week, 7 times a week will work, but you don't want to be training 7 times a week the same way you train like once a week, if that makes sense.
Well, it did to me.
Sam Jones kindly donated 10 Great British Pounds, and there's a lovely sticker. There's a superhero pear. He's got a cape on. He's flying to save a cow who's stuck down the drain because he loves animals so much.
So it didn't make so much sense.
I'll get my coat. No question. Just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubes out of the kindness of his heart. What a lovely, lovely person. I'm saying his. Sam can be male or female.
It can.
Or whatever you choose to be. Sorry about that. Thank you so much.
Today, may I say, is what day is it?
Monday.
World Ocean Day. It's Ocean Day today.
Happy World Ocean Day, everybody.
Did everyone know that? I don't think I needed the word world. It's just Ocean Day. So it's all about raising awareness for the oceans and how we can help the oceans.
Yeah.
Don't eat fish for a start, and cut your plastic and all that great stuff.
Yeah, don't forget to not eat fish and not use plastics. Great words.
That's all I had to say. Thank
Right, that's it for the World Ocean Day update. Fritz Animus asks, what else did you do besides going vegan to help with hay fever? Quit the old caffeine and other stimulants. Yeah, if your adrenals are burned out, you're kind of open to all kinds of different allergies. So you need to take care of your adrenal health. So avoiding like stressful relationships, over exercising, overstimulating, undersleeping. Yeah, that is also key. So I kicked it, and then I got a bit naughty on the caffeine, and then it kind of came back. Adam Killy kindly donated £4.99. Should I convert all omega-3s into short or long chain amounts before comparing versus 6 for a ratio calculation? Has to be one of the other for fair comparison. I think I know what you're trying to say. My brain is struggling a little bit, as I say, I'm on such low calories. Basically, ALA, so the short chain, for most people, for a male, you want to get 3.2 grams. And then you can go up to 4-1 in favour of omega-6 and still be absolutely fine. If you happen to add in an EPA or DHA, then you don't need to worry so much, is basically the long and short of it. Some people may have a genetic defect or something whereby they can't elongate the ALA into EPA, DHA, or perhaps they do it at a lower rate than normal. For most people, like the maximum they need is like 3.5 tablespoons of ground chia. Just had another brain fart. I can't remember where I was going. But yeah, if you're putting in some direct EPA DHA, then you know it's not such a worry. You could be a little higher in 6. I mean, it's not recommended to go mad on 6 though, to be fair. So I like to be no more than 4-1 in favour of 6, and I also have an EPA DHA supplement. So probably, you know, I'm probably like doubly protected really. Right. That was a lot of words. And as I said earlier, just in case you weren't here, omega-6 has less of an affinity with the elongase enzyme. So actually, it's as though if you do go 4-1, in the body, the effect is going to be like 1-1, if you see what I mean. I can't think of any more clever words to explain that any better. because I'm on low carbs.
You did great. Well done.
Great question, and thank you for your support, my friend. Joe, sorry if it's already been asked. What are your thoughts on John Venus? Yeah, so I did talk about it already, and I don't want to repeat myself too much in the stream. And in fact, I really said, I've only just watched the video, so I'm going to let it percolate in my head a bit longer. I'm going to sleep on it, but tomorrow I will make a video. That'll be tomorrow's main goal. Read and rap, that is really confusing to my brain. I don't know if it's you or me, but that's really confused me. Elbow, John mentioned the B12 thing was such a red flag. Yeah, I thought that was daft. Yasmin, with progressive overload, I find with isolation exercise especially I can get another couple of reps per set, but my heavy bench, etc., can't do better and get stuck at the same weight for the same reps. I've done that historically, and it's only ever in that exercise. I don't know really why it is. I think partly you can't really cheat a bench too much, Say with a side lateral raise, like maybe you put a little bit of body English into it without really realising, without really meaning to. With pull downs, maybe you just got a little bit of movement first. But with a bench, there's not really any sort of cheating to be had because you're stuck underneath the weight, and but that's the only exercise I've ever got stuck on, and I've got stuck on it so many times. Yeah, it's frustrating. TH101, latest creation equals green bean French fries, green bean crisps and jackfruit pulled pork all in the air fryer, pretty chuffed. So which veggie snacks would you promote, Hench, if I start a company? Maybe.
Sounds very good.
Maybe. Black bean French fries. Sweet green okay, so like kale chips.
Nice. Oh, kale chips.
Maybe. Zactivist says he's going to order some of our stickers.
Oh, nice. Do you know, we've had a few people order stickers because due to the lockdown, I put all of the t-shirts on the website and vests as out of stock because I didn't really want to go to the post office, for a trip that kind of seemed a bit unnecessary, just sort of, not take those risks. But I forgot to put the stickers as, out of stock. And then so we had a few sales, but some of them I just posted late. I've just waited a while during the lockdown.
We're kind of...
but I think things are okay now.
We've kind of started doing stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, so I probably should put the t-shirts back on.
Yeah.
I'll make a note to do that later.
Good old
thank you,
Zactivist. Adam, kind of what I was getting at, I guess what I'm saying, if I get like half a gram of long chain but no short chain, is that okay? That should be more than enough actually. Jessie, does Gemma take a dip in the fountain of youth every morning?
Oh,
that's nice.
That's very sweet, thank you.
Uncle Ben, I don't eat them often, but if I'm bulking and I'm caught short, I will have a packet of your microwave rice on a rare occasion. So thank you for that. What are your macros? I don't know exactly. I'm kind of eating quite intuitively. I'm gonna guess probably 25% protons, 15-20% fat, and the bulk is carbohydrate. Keep calm and let me help you. Your opinion on Thomas DeLauer? Don't really know who he is. I don't really know. To be honest, what it is, I consume very little content. I'm so busy creating content and putting out my own propaganda. I don't really.
So I guess if there's someone that would be good to critique in a video, it's good if you guys let.
Yeah, I'm conscious that vegans have spoken about before, maybe Vegan Gains or someone.
Okay. Right.
But yeah, no, yeah, that's a good point. What you were saying. Naomi's in the house. Salma, thoughts on foam rolling straight after working out? As I read, this could be bad for the muscles. It's not something I've ever done. Yeah, intuitively, I've not read anything, but intuitively, I would seek to avoid that. Prehab, you know, getting the muscles pliable and functional before training. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Anakin. Hey Paul, I drink contaminated water, so I won't need a B12 supplement. Question. Oh, are you saying like should you? The trouble is, you know, if you're just getting water out of a ditch or whatever, yeah, that might have some B12 producing bacteria in there, but likely it's going to have a lot of other pathogenic, harmful bacteria as well. So that's not to be recommended. Vegmet Codbud. What do you think about Jeff Cavalier using fake weights? Just a bit daft, really. Particularly as like that pin press he was doing, there was, you know, so much weight on there, and to then just be able to move it around, and there's obviously no effort involved and no changes in like momentum and not having to overcome inertia. That's just some obvious BS, and you know, he's quite a clever guy. Like that just made him look like an idiot in my view. Why would you? Carmine Words. Does anyone here who are vegans have kitties? If so, what do you feed them? Benevo Complete Cat Food. I think Gemma's about to link you a video. And just an update to the video, I say in there that there are some circumstances where cats develop crystals in the urine, and this means that they must eat meat. Since then, a new product has been developed, which is to alter the pH of the cat's urine, and make it how it should be. I think, are they more acidic or alkaline? Probably acidic. Anyway, you can get a product to put that right now. So supposedly they can all do it. Bafo Metricon's in the house. Good to see you. Yasmin, glad it's not just me. Can I buy something called 12k dumbbells, but only just mentioned 15 and 12k comfortably. That's a pretty decent weight, young lady. Well done.
Yeah.
Pauline Hilling, does boiling water take out the chlorine? I can't buy a distilling machine at the minute. Yeah, I think it does. I think just leaving it on the side for a few hours, like I think the chloride evaporates. Yeah. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure. I would just do a quick Google check just to double check, but I'm pretty sure you're right. But yeah, I heard even leaving it standing for a while, it evaporates off. Very tiny molecules, chloride. Zactivist. Well, if you're putting t-shirts back up, I'll buy one. Promote the movement.
Oh, I'll probably do that tomorrow.
He's such a great lad.
We've only got really every top, we've only got some of the sizes left. There's not one item where we've got every size. It's just kind of the last of everything.
The dregs.
And then we're going to go over to print on demand. We'll make less money, but we won't have to buy hundreds at a time and have stock at home. And
Bogging us down.
It's a nightmare. So, yeah, so there'll be limited sizes, but, you know, that's all we've got. That's all we've got.
Abeljar kindly donated $5 Thanks, dude. What do you think of Dr. Gregor's Daily Dozen? You may be surprised to hear I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of it. Yeah, that's great. I think it just makes healthy and more doable for people.
Did he mean daily? He meant Daily Dozen or Dirty Dozen?
Oh, yeah. Did I say Dirty Dozen or Daily Dozen?
Daily Dozen, I think.
Yeah.
I think you said.
Yeah, Daily Dozen. But yeah, regardless. Yeah, that's very good. So it just recommends, like, 3 servings of greens or whatever. A crucifer. I don't know if there's an allium and mushrooms on there. They're 2 things that I would add. Now, there is crucifer. I would also add mushrooms and allium vegetables to the list, which is something I always did when I wrote nutrition plans for people. I tried to include those as well. But they're great. I know there's a new edition as well. He's got something like 23... hacks for like fat loss. So this is relative to the How Not to Diet book, and then 23 odd little additions that you can do to help boost your fat loss. So yeah, that's a brilliant little app. It's a brilliant little concept.
Yeah.
Just making it more like doable and understandable for your everyday.
Yeah. Especially until you just really get it in your mind, like what it is.
Yeah.
Things you've got to eat. Yeah. But also you said dirty by accident, but the Dirty Dozen Clean 15, that's also a great resource if you can't afford to buy everything organic and you want to know the things that are the best to have organic and then the safest to not have organic. That is also great.
Abeljar, surprise, kindly donated $20. Thank
you so much.
Gemma's Laptop Fund. Ah, he's so
Lovely.
nice.
Oh.
Thanks, bestie.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Kind words, do you ever listen to Rich Roll? Yeah, quite a bit. I just, a couple of days ago, was listening to Dr. Gregor on there about the How Not to Diet book. Yeah, he's very good. Abeljar, oh yeah, Daily Dozen, my dirty mind, sorry. You are so dirty. Leon, I use carafe. The water in it is usually not that fresh due to my not drinking it all in one go. That has B12 though. Sam Thomas, do you grow your own veg? Not really. You've had a bit of a go lately, haven't you? Just
I've grown some
little
things on the
bits.
windowsill, some spring onions, like regrowing those. I've regrown some lettuce. We had like one head of that and that's now regrown again. And regrown some herbs. So just those little things that are easy, I've started growing. I was thinking about digging up some of the garden and growing some things, but we think that we'd like to move at some point.
We may be moving, so yeah, it seems like a daft time expenditure.
A lot of work and yeah, so I don't think I'm going to put that work in now. And I think actually I just prefer to grow some things in some pots actually, even if, when we move and stuff, it's just easier. Yeah, but it is a real good idea. It saves a lot of money and yeah, it's easy enough.
It's like printing your own money.
Yeah.
Read and rap. Hench Herbivore, Gemma, what are some good audiobooks or podcasts to listen to?
I just mostly listen to ones about psychology and counselling, what I have done the last few years. So,
I think they're hugely helpful though.
Yeah. The 5 Love Languages audiobook, that's really good. Really helpful for life. If you're interested in learning about attachment styles for the ways that we relate, in relationships, that's really good. Don't know what book to recommend for that.
What is that other book called? The 6 Human Givens? Or The Human Givens, is it called?
Human Givens. I haven't even read that book yet. I've just learned from Tony Robbins about the 6, the needs we always talk about, certainty, variety, love and connection, growth. You might need to help me out there.
Oh, sorry. I was going off into a world of my own. Expansion, acts of being of service.
Yeah, those. So learning about those is really helpful to see like where you're meeting your needs and not. I've just downloaded a book from Joe Dispenza, which looks really good. He's all about sort of science meets spirituality and how to change the mind and change the body and your reality and all that.
For me, How Not to Die audiobook, How Not to Diet audiobook. Podcast, yeah, Rich Roll, Howard Jacobson's Plant Yourself podcast. The plant-based podcast, which is actually mostly about gardening, but they do have a couple of little vegan bits. And in fact, my interview with them is their second most popular podcast, which is bonkers, considering it's mostly a gardening show. So, but that's, I guess, one of my friends does that. What other podcasts?
Russell Brand podcast we've been a fan of.
Russell Brand.
The two different ones that he's had, Under the Skin and the silly one.
Jamie Delaney, plant-based. I forgot the name of it now. She's like a marathon runner and a doctor or a nutrition. I think she's a doctor. Yeah, she's a doctor. She's a cardiologist actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You listen to stuff you should know a lot.
Stuff you should know. I really like.
Yeah.
It's been going for years. It's one of the longest running podcasts, and every few days they just tackle a topic and they just tell you, they research it deeply and just tell you all about it. Sort of history and like how soda like came about and how that used to be was like more like a medicinal thing, and the first soda sort of machines were in like pharmacies, and you know they put and they had like either alcohol in or different drugs basically. Yeah, just really fascinating stuff that you should know but probably didn't. Yeah, stuff you should know podcast, that's huge. I used to like Psychedelic Milk as well. That was about like plant medicines, but that's defunct now. I'd like to have a look on my phone and tell you all my podcasts, but I can't because we're streaming on it. What ones do I listen to?
Maybe you should take a screenshot of your list of them and put that on the Instagram later.
Yeah.
Say like my current
Podcasts
favourite.
I enjoy.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I listen to a lot of content creator and influencer podcasts. I'll tell you who I am well into of late is Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He's awesome. He got me on the TikTok, and I wish I'd have listened to him 2 years ago when he told me about it, because one of our videos has got 165k now. We've been on there like a week.
We've had another super chat.
Super chat. Tommy Gosling kindly donated £1.99. You should get on the Rich Roll podcast. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Oh, I'll tell you another good podcast is Simon Hill. He's an Australian guy. He's really nice. Plant Proof podcast. And in fact, he DM'd me on Instagram recently and we had a little chat. That was really nice. Read and Rap, does Cowboy have a boyfriend?
Oh, unfortunately not.
I wouldn't welcome that as her father.
We did have at one point we had 3 cat companions, but we've lost 2, so we just have her now. We were thinking when Mitzi passed, should we adopt another animal? But Cowboy seems happy, you know, she's really bonded with us, hasn't she? And I don't know if she'd like it if we had another animal in the home, really.
Yeah.
So,
and again, we're thinking about, do we want to travel later on and not be sort of tied down? Kind of like thing, aren't we?
yeah.
1990 from says audio, How Not to Diet. I love it. Yeah, that's brilliant. Leon, Go-To Man specialises in the gut. He has a lot of good advice. The main one seems to be to go as high fibre as you can tolerate and avoid unhealthy fats. Yeah, very true. Carmine Words. Yeah, Russell Brand is indeed vegan. It took him long enough.
Yeah.
But he got there in the end. Linux. So I've already talked a fair bit about the John Venus thing, so I won't keep going on just for fear of boring people who've been in the chat for the last hour. But I am doing a video tomorrow, so watch out for that. I will do a video. Watermelon is in the house. Sammy, I used to listen to Stuff You Should Know and the Tech podcast this week in tech like 10 years ago. Wow. Oh, this week in tech, right. Amelia, I've been vegan for 2 months and my son almost 2, also no vegan. I've given fortified nutritional yeast, ground flax and a multi-liquid liquid daily. Do you think I should give him any more sups? I would recommend to get this book, Hang On. Becoming Vegan by Davis and Melina. Comprehensive edition is best, and it's got charts of nutritional needs by age. And I would say just plug the food into chronometer, and just be sure that you're reaching those minimum RDAs of the vitamins and minerals and essential fats. And just try as far as possible to do that with whole foods rather than supplements, because oftentimes supplements are shown to do more harm than good. Of course, there are some that are essential, and so and they are shown to work. But some things like pharmaceutical grade vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene are actually shown to cause more harm than good. So many people shotgun. Like, the more you're into health, like the more likely you're eating a healthful diet and you're shotgunning like supplements on top, and that's where the harm really is. Where's that question gone? It's vanished. I just wanted to be sure that I'd spoken to it. What ones did she say that she... Oh, here it is. Nutritional use. So you got some B vitamins in there and some B12. I would just be sure that the B12 is adequate if it is supplemented with B12, or fortified rather. Ground flax. Multi. Yeah, I wouldn't go with the multivitamin personally. I wouldn't.
What about Thrive? Would you recommend that for us?
You could use like a Viva Life Thrive, which is a supplement made from whole foods. But again, if you're eating enough whole plant foods and you're eating legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, in adequate amounts, like you shouldn't need much in the way of supplements actually. But yeah, get on the old Chronometer app and check. Mark Crossy, hi Hench, what are your views on during riders' high intake of table sugar as a daily fuel, healthy or not? Not. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I've said it a lot before, but the greatest potential for health comes from optimizing our gut microbiome. The good bacteria eat fiber and resistant starch, so they're whole foods vegans. The pathogenic bacteria eat everything else, animal products and processed junk. And that is your potential for health and lifespan. 99% of the genes that instruct the metabolic processes that keep us alive are not our own. They belong to these bacteria. Do you want healthy bacteria, commanding 99% of your health potential, or do you want pathogenic ones? It's a no-brainer. Super chat. Fighting for Animals kindly donated £2 Great British pounds. They're always being kind to us. I was happy to see your lovely faces in my subs.
Is he the one who did that video of our video on the TikTok? No, I'm thinking of Defender of Animals.
That was that guy from the clothing company, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Don Barrow, what's your squat max? I don't train barbell squat now. I injured a adductor by being overzealous and talking about what happens to pigs in animal agriculture. Well, I was leg pressing something like 400 kilos, and I was due to do 10, 8 and 6 on there, and I went 10, 8, got over emotional, did 10, tore something. That's never been right since, so I can't barbell squat anymore, so I use machine like squats. The most I ever did was, I used to do the rest pause method. I used to do one set of 20 reps and 140 kilos. 140 kilos for 20 reps. Yeah, hated it. Plants for the win. Hench, do you put sea vegetables in your food? Yeah, typically I put like a big heaped teaspoon of dulse in porridge or in a smoothie. I sometimes eat nori sheets, sometimes with sushi. More often I'll make a water soy sauce solution and soak them, and I'll eat like 6 or so nori sheets. Recently I ate probably about a dozen of them. Well, not quite a dozen. I was probably close to my upper safe tolerable daily limit for iodine. But I do my seaweeds every other day. So one day I'll do double the B12, and then another day I'll do a good whack of seaweed for the iodine, and I'll alternate like that.
Do you need to say why?
I feel like I've said it so many times. So the seaweed dulse has got a B12 analog in. So it's possible if you have your B12 and your and dulse in the same day, that the B12 analogues may dock with the B12 receptors in your body, and then despite having B12 in your system, it might not be able to dock. You might be B12 deficient. Dulse definitely does that. Not other seaweeds probably do. I understand that the science hasn't been done on all the different seaweeds, so I just think to be safe, I'm just going to do that for now. Reed and Rap are going to try to make the quinoa and edamame salad for lunch. Ah, nice. If you post it on the gram, do tag us. We'll love to see Hench_Herbivore and Gemma_Herbivore. And do follow us on the TikToks, Hench_Herbivore too, for fun stuff. Amelia, I'm on that, but it's just difficult to assess exactly what a toddler actually eats rather than absorbs. You're right. Thank you so much for the suggestion on the multivit too. You're very welcome, lovely. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, if you feel like there may be some shortages, like Gemma said, something like Viva Life's Thrive, because it's basically powdered, like it's like greens powders, and there's some different fruits and all different kind of superfood type supplements, organic. And again, real food rather than a synthetic supplement, which it acts very differently in the body.
There's a link in the description, is there, for that?
Link in the description, 10% off with code HENCH10. Dom Bauer, sorry to hear about the leg. Thank you, my friend, but 20 reps on 140 keys is insane. Very impressed. Oh, thank you. Fighting for animals. Are sea vegetables grown in the sea? Because that idea terrifies me, to be honest. Stain, what fitness channels do you follow on YouTube? Nowadays, not very many. I've actually, of late, been enjoying Greg Doucette, the IFBB pro. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, when I first heard him, he came across as being like sort of a bit obnoxious and arrogant, sort of aggressive. I thought like he was, quite arrogant. But as I've got to know these people, I sort of now perceive them as being confident, self-assured, and passionate. I actually don't see them in the same way as they first came across to me. So that's a good lesson for me. And, it's some great advice. Pomo's off. Thanks for joining, my friend. Always good to see you. Oh, bloody hell, we've gone over time.
Yeah, I was just starting to think I'm getting hungry.
You're getting hungry.
Should we? For tempeh bacon.
Yeah, I could do with eating. Should we do it a little bit longer?
Yeah, till eight
7
minutes.
We'll go for 8 more minutes, people. 8 more minutes. Get your comments or questions in 8 more minutes. Kerry Williams, it's nice when you can make a simple dinner in the time before work, steamed and baked broccoli and mashed potatoes with coriander and rosemary. Nice. That sounds awesome. Compassionate Vegan is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. He kindly donated $1.99. Do you like kids or want kids one day? Just wondering, laugh out loud. I'll let you field it.
I like him. I don't want any of my own. And if that ever changes, I would prefer to adopt.
Adopt, don't shop. Adopt, don't pop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's how I feel, really.
Same.
Yeah. I believe you have to really, really want kids and to feel that way for a long time before you make that commitment. I think too many people don't do it that way.
Yeah.
So until I feel that I really want to have a child for a long time, and it's not just my monthly hormones trying to trigger me, which happens, once a month sometimes or whatever. Until then, no.
Yeah. What was I then going to add? Oh yeah, just for me, like I'm so driven, and I don't want any little drains on my time and resources, so take me away from. So I don't feel like I would want to prioritise them, and I think if you don't want to prioritise them, you shouldn't be having them.
Yeah.
Dom Bauer, are you planning on any more tattoos? Not really. Not that I wouldn't mind them, but it's just not a priority. I think if I had spare money, I'd be reinvesting it into the channel. I'd like to get a channel review, or possibly even do a course like, what's it called? Video Lab. Forget. Anyway, you can get like these YouTube experts to sort of audit your channel, or you can do like a 8-week intensive sort of course, like an online course with them, where you're all learning together with other creators and applying like lessons and sort of experimenting. We need another laptop, don't we?
Yeah.
Need phones.
Not a priority.
Yeah.
I would like more tattoos now, actually.
Would you? Because you said never ever
it's not
again.
A priority. Yeah, this vegan one, I found it to be so painful. I was like, I'm never having one of those ever again. But I think now I would. I'd like a couple of maybe sacred geometry tattoos, like colourful ones. Yeah. It's not a priority right now, for sure.
Yeah. Compassionate Vegan again with $4.99 on the super chats. Bless him. I never wanted kids in my life. When I was 17, my girlfriend got pregnant, and now my daughter is 6, and she's my whole world. She watches you with. What's her name? What's her name? I want to know. I do worry. I do worry. Like, perhaps are we missing out? Like, But then I guess like there's no guarantees, and we feel like we'd be really great parents, but. Would we, and would the child be messed up and hate us, and then you're like kicking yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess there's no guarantees.
I don't think you can do it perfect. I don't think anyone can.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I think if I had a little girl, like, how protective and like I feel over our little cat, like that just wouldn't wouldn't bode well for any potential boyfriends or whatever.
Yeah. I've seen how you've reacted years ago when someone's upset me.
I'll probably end up murdering somebody. You're laughing because you know it's true. David Gray, is there any harm in taking a daily multivitamin just to cover yourself? Very probably, or very possibly. So if you look at meta-analysis, if you look at studies, getting all the studies and pulling them together, the vast majority of meta-analysis found no benefits in terms of longevity and health. 1 or 2 studies found benefit. A ton of studies found them to be detrimental. And you can calcify your organs with too much calcium. Or if you get a big hit of calcium in one go, it can coagulate your blood. And if you're going to have like a heart attack, it can be at that point when the concentration in your blood is high. It's just not natural. It's just not natural to shotgun super physiological amounts of single nutrients. With the whole foods, they all come in balance, and that natural, like real compounds, and then we got these synthetic stuff like mega doses. It's just not natural to get, say, 500 milligrams of calcium in a tablet in one go. Like, that's just not natural. Sorry to sound like sparage. But to get enough calcium, you need to be eating tons of leaves and things throughout the day. There is potential harm. And so the best thing to do is get on the Chronometer app, eat a calorically adequate whole foods plant-based diet, legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, supplement B12, supplement D3 if you're not getting sun. Make sure you've got ground flax or chia in your diet. Consider an EPA DHA supplement in case you're one of the poor people that can't elongate enough ALA into the EPA DHA. Iodine is a huge one. If you're not eating sea vegetables and you're not taking an iodine supplement, you are probably deficient. And you know that the thyroid gland needs a lot of iodine, and that
regulates so many things, like your mood. So if you feel like a bit down sometimes, or just not your best mentally, that could be the exact reason why.
Energy, sex drive,
metabolism,
body temperature, mood.
If you say, "Oh, I'm one of those people who's just cold all the time," like that could be why. Yeah. You had a couple of super chat.
Applejar kindly donated 10 Australian dollars, bless him. If you get the feeling of wanting kids, adopt me and get me ripped and muscular. Oh, okay, that's a deal. If I ever feel that way. There was me thinking you were probably an adult because you seem to be quite well off, I'm assuming. But no, you're a small child.
This is like a totally random thing to say, but has anyone seen that that guy? I keep seeing videos from him on Facebook, and he's a grown man, but he puts on this little child voice, and he calls up these different companies and pretends to be like a little 3-year-old kid. It's effing hilarious.
I've not seen that.
He's got 2.5 million followers on Facebook.
Oh god damn!
It's so it really cheers me up if I watch one of those videos. I always laugh out loud. You just reminded me of.
Does he sound like the guy on Phone Jack when he pretends to be a mouse?
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah. I love that.
I wish I could remember his name.
Compassionate Vegan kindly donated $1.99. Hi Ava. Ava, how you doing? It's me, Hench Herbivore and Gemma Herbivore from the internet. How are you doing, Ava? What are you up to?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching us all the time. You rock.
I love you.
It's if you go too far. We're not even met her.
Why wouldn't I love her?
But we do definitely love you.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's great, I just know it.
Compassionate Vegan, yes, I respect anyone's decisions if you don't want kids. And the other thing I worry about is the state of the planet as well. I really, and you know.
Me too.
Hopefully we can turn it around. I think there's the potential. I think human consciousness on the whole is growing. But then you see like the terrible, you know, the riots lately and, you know, just bigotry against the LGBTQ plus community. And I just think, well, it's 2020. Like, what are you doing? Like, it just sickens me. When people are attacking horses in London, that I just sickens me to the core.
Yes.
You know, basically horses are kind of, you know, in that situation are slaves, aren't they? They're being used for, you know, for, in this case, the police's benefit. It's just some real misdirected aggression and violence, and
yeah, very sad.
I hate it. Applejar kindly donated $5 Australian dollars. I'm 34, but I'll wear a backwards cap and skateboard and swear if you get me in as good a shape as you. Oh, bless your heart.
Practice your 3-year-old voice.
Yeah.
Like the man I was just talking about.
Oh, thank you so much, Applejar. Bless you. You're such a great guy. Right, I need to go and eat some veggies. Have you guys seen my vlog? Please go and watch my vlog next. It's a great vlog. It's a bit longer. It's a bit more of our day. We go shopping and have a right laugh and go and see some animals. And we have a little chat about cowboy in that. And there's lots of great recipes. And
some great recipes.
Great recipe. Someone else is super chat. We're trying to go and have a bite to eat. What's going on in the kitchen? Pants all half round your ass, smoking on them tweeds. What's wrong with people today?
I found that vlog to be quite funny, although I might be biased about enjoying it.
Yeah. And Compassionate Vegan kindly donated another $4.99. Thank you, brother, despite what I just said. Thank you. She went crazy and started jumping. She also said that Gemma is really pretty and asked where your hair went.
Wait, where your hair went.
Oh, my hair.
Yeah.
The wind came out and blew it in again.
Oh.
Guys, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the moderators keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats. Thank you for the chats. Thank you, Ava, for always watching us. Bye, Ava. And we may be on tomorrow night. We may be. I'm going to really rip into that John Venus video tomorrow, so I'm not promising. But I should have that video up. Maybe we'll be on tomorrow at 6 p.m. BST. If not, definitely Wednesday for another stream. Thank you so much for joining. We love you.
Yeah.
Long time.
Thank you.
Good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good